This is The Spot, a BYU-Idaho radio production where we talk about what you're talking about at BYU-Idaho. Today's hosts are me, Savannah Bewley,
Hayden Hon,
and Bryan Bridge.
The views and opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the hosts. Today we're talking about spooky movies.
Horror movies. Yeah, I don't do well. I know that up here in Rexburg it's a popular hobby of some that are dating so that they can like snuggle with their date.
Yep.
But even when I was dating, I was like, you know, I don't want to watch Insidious. I'm sorry. Let's watch Shrek.
Shrek is great.
Hey, there is that Shrek like special edition one where it's like it's a horror movie. Like there's literally Shrek.
True.
It's like
now
a special edition or something.
Top 10. No,
It's spooky. Top 10, yeah. That's one of my 3 favorite scary movies. Right there. Like, you're being honest.
Speaking of favorites, though, do you guys have a favorite spooky movie?
Ooh.
It doesn't have to be completely horrifying. It could be just spooky.
Like I don't know. I want to say like Coraline just because it's kind of weird. And when I saw it, I was young. It was like, I don't know how young I was, but it's just like, it makes you feel bad.
No, honestly,
You know what I mean?
was going to go in kind of the same direction. I was going to say, and I said this on a previous episode, Mickey's House of Villains.
Ooh.
That's a good one. But if I'm being serious, I'm actually a big fan of like the Scary Movie.
Oh, okay.
What
The
do you call
series?
it? Yeah, the series.
Like the funny ones? Like
yeah,
the,
yeah.
yeah.
So they're not like horror movies, but they're a quote scary movie. They're freaking hilarious.
The fourth
I love
one
them.
they make fun of like the Signs movie, like the aliens and stuff. That one's hilarious.
Signs is so
I don't know
funny.
if
Signs
that's
is good though. Yeah, Signs is
I don't
good.
know if that's 3 or 4. Yeah, Signs is a really good one.
Yeah.
3 or 4 does that. Number 4 talks a lot about The Grudge, which I watched Scary Movie 4 before The Grudge, and so when I was watching The Grudge, I was like, oh, it won't be that bad, dude. One of the scariest things I've ever seen. It's a scary
I
one.
love The Grudge. I used to watch it when I was in like 5th grade, and I had so much fun watching it. And
Fun.
Yeah,
5th grade?
I love. Yeah.
Oh my
I'm still not ready for that.
But I don't know. I've always been a creepy child. I love scary things, spooky things, and I think one of my favorite spooky things would probably have to be all the Tim Burton movies. Like I can't pick one. I just love them all. Edward Scissorhands is up there.
Is Beetlejuice one of those?
Beetlejuice, yep.
They all
Beetlejuice
got
is
their own
great.
unique like feel, you know, like
They
nothing
really
else feels like
do.
a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
I
It's like its
know.
own genre, which is really cool.
Exactly. And that was actually my problem with Coraline when it came out because it was too much like Tim Burton and it wasn't Tim Burton.
So true.
And everyone thought it was Tim Burton and it made me upset.
Yeah. I mean, you're telling me that right now. Like I thought it was Tim Burton. So
See?
that's the thing, and I didn't even look that up.
And then I watch it and I like because I thought it was Tim Burton and I got really excited for it and I watched it and I was like, this is not what I was thinking, and I got all upset about it.
It's a great movie, though.
But-
Don't
but-
hate on Hayden's favorite movie
Right,
now.
right. And what I'm saying is it's a good movie, but it's not my Tim Burton movie. And so when I went in expecting a Tim Burton movie and came out without getting one of those things, it
Yeah.
kind of like it affected me. You know what I mean? You know.
You're still going through.
Yeah, I'm still going through it. But I have rewatched it since with a different mindset, and it is a very good movie.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
nice.
It's a good one.
I'm curious, Hayden, because Savannah and I were talking just a little bit before this, and we just mentioned that, you know, pretty much animated movies are our way of going. Have you really gotten into like the classic horror movies?
Classic. So we're talking like, what would be the classic? Like
So-
Friday, like Elm Street and stuff, like Friday, stuff like that. It's been a while. I saw. Was it Nightmare on Elm Street? I saw that a while
That's
ago.
Freddy. Oh, wait. I don't want to give that one away.
Wow. Freddy Krueger, yeah, because you always just, I mean, I always wondered what that was from, and you always see costumes growing up, the whole Freddy Krueger. But other than that, I mean, Poltergeist, does that count as a classic? I want to say,
yeah.
because that's
Yeah,
like
that
was
old
in the
school,
80s.
right?
Yeah, that was in
Absolutely.
the 80s.
That's old school.
I've
made a new
never
one,
seen
too.
that one, and I want to.
I haven't seen that one either. That would be a fun one to watch.
It's not bad. Other than that, I mean, I've been so into kind of the newer stuff.
Yeah.
And so when you brought up Insidious, I was like, I still got to... I remember going to go see that movie, telling my mom I was seeing Dolphin Tale 2, and I ended up going to see Insidious instead.
Dolphin Tale 2.
8th grade graduation. Yep. My mom thought it was Dolphin Tale 2, but I came home terrified, and she's like, what did dolphins do to you?
That's funny. Now, I do know that in theaters right now, there's like Barbarian or something, Smile as well.
I want to see that.
The last scary movie I saw in theaters was Ouija, something. Like the first time I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's scary. I rewatched it like a year or two ago. It wasn't that bad.
Cheesy.
Wasn't that bad.
Oh,
it wasn't necessarily cheesy. Like, was it perfect?
So acting in scary movies or horror movies are sometimes either hit or miss.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's really great, and sometimes it's like, all right, man, like, where'd you get these people from?
I could have done better. I would have done better for you. Just come pick me up, you know?
Hey, we were speaking of classic scary movies a little bit ago, and we're actually going to play a scary movie game today. I found sound bites from different scary movies, and these guys are going to have to try and figure them out. Maybe play along by yourself too. Just be like, hey, can I beat these guys? Do I know this before they know it? That kind of thing. So
you better.
we're gonna
seriously.
start this off here.
Okay, do I get a guess?
You go.
The Shining?
No.
Okay.
It's Freddy Krueger, right? Nightmare on Elm Street.
It is not Freddy Krueger.
Okay.
It is classic though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of other classics.
No, yeah. Because I tried to listen to sounds right before this. Psycho?
Not Psycho. Okay. No. Do you want to hear it one more time?
Yeah, go for it. Isn't there like just a Halloween movie?
Yeah, Halloween.
Is that what it's called?
Halloween would be one of the guesses for it. It's a classic character, Jason, from Friday the 13th.
So this is Halloween.
This is Friday the 13th?
Halloween, Friday the 13th. He's in different movies.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. So this is the character, so I would have accepted Halloween or Friday the 13th.
Oh,
interesting.
Gotcha. That's 1 point for me, by the way.
That is.
Wait, what was first, Friday the 13th or Halloween? It was Friday the 13th?
That sound is in both of them.
But
I think I don't know which movie is first.
All I know is that Friday the 13th, and I saw this before, is the longest running
Oh yeah, because they still made that one
franchise.
Oh yeah, because the new Halloween movie is literally yeah, that's right.
Here's Johnny.
Okay, I know this is either one of two. I always get them confused with each other. But I'm going to say, and you guys are going to look at me all funny, is it The Shining?
Oh, that's right, bro.
It's The Shining.
Okay,
it's right.
Okay. I thought it was Psycho. But
that's something. That's something
okay.
I could see being said in Psycho. Though. That's right.
Have you guys seen The Shining?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Good.
What do you think, Hayden? You like it?
It's really good.
Yeah, I think it's one of those that I wanted to see when I was younger and never did, and then I got to see it as an adult, and I loved it. It was very cool.
Did you see the one with Ewan McGregor's when he's older? It's connected.
Oh yeah. Dr. Sleep.
It's Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep, amazing.
Took a total different route on this story than I thought. And I was like, holy cow.
It did, but it was very good.
But it's good, yeah.
It's one of those things where you're like, there's a sequel to something that came out in the 80s. Yep. This is gonna suck. But you watch it and you're like, oh my gosh, this was it makes sense for how long it's been. It actually works with the story. So it's very good. If you haven't seen Dr. Sleep, check that one out. Here's the next sound.
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, no way, dude. No way.
Yeah.
That was a freaking easy one.
Yeah, I debated when I was making these sounds. I was like, do I want to put Stay Puft Marshmallow Man the line in it, or do I want to just do the sounds? And I felt like the sounds were too hard.
Yes.
Because they just sounded like, just any other horror movie.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. And then the Marshmallow Man just gave it away.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what?
This is a lightweight quiz.
Yeah, lightweight.
Yeah. So that's okay, because Bryan gets to go first next.
Yes.
And it'll probably be a similarly easy one. So
good,
there you go.
Good,
there you go.
Good.
She's already giving you a hint.
I know.
I looked in every mausoleum.
We opened the sarcophagi.
I tromped through the pumpkin patch. I peeked behind the Cyclops' eye. I did, but he wasn't there.
Nightmare on Elm Street. No, I'm just kidding. Nightmare Before Christmas.
I was about to say, are you serious? Yes. Yes, Nightmare Before Christmas.
That is apparently Savannah's favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of them.
It is one of my
Favorite villain
favorites.
from there,
Nightmare Before Christmas, I have like all kinds of Nightmare Before Christmas things. I've got a blanket. I've got, all kinds of socks that are Nightmare Before Christmas. And no, I don't just wear the socks during Halloween. They are my all-time, all-year socks.
comfy socks.
Yeah,
Good.
they're the best. So, yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. Had to
Nice.
put that one in there.
It is tied 2-2.
2-2.
So
He's cheating.
how many
Secretly.
sounds do we have left?
We have 4 more.
Okay.
Easy.
So then you get next guess.
Yep, I got it. All right, I'm going with Psycho.
That is correct.
Let's go.
Yeah. That was a layup for you.
That one was tough. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
struggling over here.
Well, the
Sweat.
shower water,
Yeah.
I didn't realize what it was at first, but then as soon as we heard that, I think I heard like the shower curtain. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I
thought it
could have
was
just
raining at
stopped it
first.
there. I could have just like
could have.
Before the whole.
stopped it at the curtain and just been like, all right,
Good
what
luck.
is it? Good luck.
Has anybody even seen Psycho?
I haven't. It's a classic though, and I want to see it at some point.
Yeah.
Just-
Christian Bale's too. American
Yeah.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Which I've heard is good too. I haven't seen it.
So, so cool stuff. I haven't seen it, but if you have, leave us a comment. Let us know how it was.
Hayden is up.
Who do you think you are to file in our domicile, huh?
Dr. James, I'm your therapist.
Animation, something.
So Hayden just mentioned he thinks it's animation. I also know that there's like a therapist or psychologist in Silence of the Lambs, but that did not sound anything like
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs. Oh no.
I do have a second sound for this one because I thought it would be kind of difficult.
Play it.
But do you want to hear it first before you guess again, or
No, give me to the,
Yeah, you
the
can
next
play
one.
it. Yeah.
play it? Okay.
This sucks.
Okay, so it sounds like cartoon or live action with cartoon. So I'm thinking Ghostbusters, but we already did Ghostbusters. So what is like that? The first thing that came to mind was Flubber. So
Ooh.
I don't know it off the top of my head, so I'm going to throw away my guess here and say Ghostbusters 2.
It's not Ghostbusters 2. Hayden?
Flubber was a good guess. I felt like I'm going kind of with just piecing together everything I hear. Frankenstein.
It is not. I'm surprised you guys don't know this one. Maybe I'm too old.
Okay,
Is it a cartoon?
do you have a hint
It is.
for us?
It is live action and cartoon.
Okay,
Live
Yeah,
action
yeah, yeah.
and cartoon.
And
That's what I
it's
figured.
definitely spooky, and there are ghosts.
What was it made before 2000?
Yes, I am too old, aren't
It's
I?
around the whole. I'm old. It's around the Ghostbuster-y time period-ish. And,
I honestly don't know which one came first. I think Ghostbusters came first.
really? Yeah.
I think. Pretty sure this movie's in the 90s and Ghostbusters was in the 80s. So I'm pretty sure it came out a little bit after that.
Dude,
Do you want to hear it one more time?
let's
Maybe
hear
that first
the
part.
first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you think you are to file in our domicile, huh?
Dr. James, I'm your therapist.
They are. It sounds like they're vacuuming up ghosts.
Yeah,
it sounds
I heard
exactly
that.
like Ghostbusters. Okay, are there multiple words in the title?
No.
Is there
So
sequels?
it's one word.
It's one word and it does have a sequel. I don't think it's called this 2, like that specific thing 2, but there is a sequel.
Ghost. 80s
One of the main.
or 90s.
The movie is named after the ghost.
Oh, Casper!
Oh, dang. That's
Brian
good.
got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Oh, that's right.
That's
Why did I-
Yeah.
That was so. Okay, that's good.
Come on.
Have you seen it?
Oh, I love
Oh, yeah,
Casper.
of
I don't know
So
why I didn't.
you
It's
remember
been a
it?
long
Do
time.
you remember
yeah.
the scene now?
Not
Okay.
the scene.
I do
Not
remember
the
the
scene, but
This is when he first meets the uncles. And they moved in and he's like trying to he's fighting them and the uncles are like, get out of my house, and
Okay,
he's like, no, I'm your therapist, I'm staying here.
yeah, man.
I
That
need to
one was
watch that
good,
movie. It's
but-
been so good. That was one of my favorites back in the
So
day.
long, but it's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that means I'm no. It's tied now. 3-3.
Tied.
Yep.
3-3, I'm
and this
up.
is the last one. So whoever
So-
gets this wins.
Yeah, whoever gets it as soon as Savannah
Let's just go.
ends
Let's
the
just go
clip-
off of not me or you. It's just whoever
Yeah,
says
yeah,
it first.
yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
We're young. Well, younger. But it's a start.
Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. I was
It's Hocus
literally. I was thinking of the name because the second one just came out.
Yeah.
The first little bit was like, what the heck
At first,
is this?
yeah, and then I
But
heard
then
the
I heard
whole
a,
young whatever. Yeah.
woman's voice, and I was like,
You heard
okay.
Winnie's, right? And then
Yeah.
you're like, that's Hocus Pocus, yeah.
I win, but that was a close game. Close
Close game. Fun though.
That was nice. I like those. That's a good little mix of sound bites there too. I would say.
Absolutely. Just I wanted to have some that were like a little bit challenging, but others that were really easy.
Well, it's funny that Casper was challenging because I love Casper. It's just been so long, and so
I was like,
as soon as you said, it,
am I
was like,
too
oh.
old to be sharing Casper? Like, I feel like
Casper's
you guys
great.
should know Casper,
We
but
should.
I was sad because I thought you guys hadn't seen it.
No,
I'm glad that you have.
Honestly,
Yes.
whenever people talk about Ghostbusters, I'm like, I've never really like watched Ghostbusters all the way through. I've watched Casper though, and so that's what I think of when I think of like animated ghosts with live action people.
Yeah.
I just
But for
couldn't
some
think of
reason,
it.
your brain didn't go to it.
Not at all.
Not at all. So I know you guys have some prepared as well. What's our next spooky game? Let's go with Brian's spooky game here.
Okay, I'm gonna name 5 villains, or not, the scary people in these scary movies, by their name, and we're gonna see if you know what movie they're from.
Okay.
If you can describe the movie in depth without saying the title,
yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Cool.
But it's first come, first serve, because I'm just gonna say the name.
'Kay.
So number 1, are you guys ready?
Go for it.
Leatherface.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
You're right,
Point
you're right.
goes to Hayden. Good job. Okay. This one is an easy one, a layup. So again, if you know it, Pennywise.
It.
Yep. Okay. Savannah, it's 1-1. Okay, this one might be a little bit harder, but still in the like classic realm. Michael Myers.
Oh, it's
Nightmare on Elm Street? No.
Nope.
Friday the 13th. No, Michael
'cause-
Myers is the.
What movie did he first appear in? Because I think he's been in one of the Friday the 13th, but
Well, there's like the whole Michael verse, the whole thing.
right.
Yeah.
So excluding those, what was his original movie? Ask for a hint if you need it.
Yeah. Hint.
Okay. So I'm going to read the description of why he's so utterly terrifying, and maybe it'll give you a hint. After murdering his sister on Halloween night when he was just 6 years old, Michael Myers returns to the town of Haddonfield, Illinois, and starts a killing spree that will last decades.
Illinois.
There was a hint in there.
Halloween.
Yes, there you go.
I was
Halloween.
thinking.
Hayden is up 2-1. Good job. Okay, this one is a little bit different. Hannibal Lecter.
Oh.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yep, there you go.
Oh. See, some of these classics I haven't seen. I
I'm
should
old.
definitely watch
I'm
it.
the old one.
Okay, we'll go one more. This one is a little bit different, not necessarily considered like horror, but it is a scarier movie. Xenomorph.
Oh. Wait. Alien.
Yeah, there
Yes.
you go.
Is that the thing that comes out of the, or is that the actual name of the alien?
The movie is actually named Alien.
Alien.
Yeah.
And then I just know that scene where they like the alien comes out of the person's like
Yeah,
belly
yeah.
or whatever. You know, that's like the only thing I've seen.
Those are so good. I love them.
Well, Savannah, you got the last one there, but Hayden did beat you.
one?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. I just
Okay.
got It and Alien. So.
Hey, but it's like one of my. I hate clowns, so.
Oh, I see.
Because I had seen the old It like when I was young, and it just ruined it. But then
Dude.
the new It's not even that scary. I think the
What?
old It was just.
What?
It's weird. The
I
old
love
It
the
just
new
scares
ones.
me. The new one's not bad. The old one, I was just terrified of the way it looked, and I don't know. And the animations of like the old, you know how they did like.
They're
animations
both
like that?
really good. So I hadn't seen the original It when the new ones came out. And so me and my friend, we watched the second It from the very beginning, the second movie, and he told me that was the only movie. So I didn't know there was a first movie, and I was like so confused when we went to go watch the new one. And then my friends were like, "Hey, did you watch the first one too?" And I was like, "There's a first one." what? So I got confused by the story, but because it was so flip-flopped in my head, I actually really enjoyed it because then I understood the
Backstory
what
to
happened to
yeah.
it, like to the kids after I had seen the second movie. So it was interesting, but cool.
To me personally, I like the newer ones. I think the old ones just don't have enough jump scare.
It's true. I was just scared of
true.
the actual clown itself.
Yeah.
It. Pennywise was just...
Okay, now it's got to be me against Savannah, man.
Yep.
I got some for you. So mine are just like kind of general questions, and you can give your best shot at them.
Okay.
But I try to keep them all in the same theme. And this one's kind of interesting. I'll give you this hint to start with. I didn't really see it as a horror movie, but give it your best shot. So it's which iconic monster movie claims to be the most successful horror franchise in history?
Godzilla.
Wow, really? You got it?
I studied, man. I studied.
Well, I just don't know if I would see that as being a horror movie. You know what I mean?
It's not.
And would you claim that?
Because he looked things up, right? He looked things up. He looked up trivia so he could study for this.
See, maybe I should give Savannah a chance.
Give it like three seconds.
I was like, how do you know? He hasn't even asked the question.
I know.
Yet.
I was like, literally.
Well, he said monster movie, and I was like, yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Not a ton of monster movies. I was just thinking like Leprechaun or whatever that movie's called.
Dude, yeah, that's a weird movie.
All right, this one, we'll see what you guys do. Which iconic scary movie had Johnny Depp's film debut?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Yep. I know this because I am a Johnny Depp fan and
I was
love
gonna
him.
say
so
Beetlejuice, but that's not even
he's
him.
He's not in Beetlejuice.
Dang.
No.
Well, yeah, I didn't study on that one. Darn. 1-1.
1-1. All right. So this one, it's kind of just, it was a good one I liked. How many Nightmare on Elm Street movies have come out to date?
Oh.
It's surprising. You guys can just throw it out.
Say 13?
Close-ish.
Okay.
11. Closer-ish.
Okay, your turn to guess.
10.
Closer-ish. Close, very close.
8.
9.
Oh, 9. Yes. Yes. This guy, I tried to be I had a lot of issues onto the closer issues.
Okay, so 9. It takes that one. 2-1.
Okay.
All right, this is the last one. But
oh no,
I think you can do this. Which horror movie was shot entirely on a video cam, like a documentary?
Do you know?
I don't.
Okay, I'm running away with this then. But it's tied, so you got to come up with something else.
I can find
Blair Witch Project.
Oh,
yeah.
that.
It's like
yes.
people watched it and they like didn't like it because the camera was all over the place. Yeah, and it's very real.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Which horror movie had Kirsten Dunst play a young vampire? Do you guys know this?
Twilight.
Dude,
wait, what's her name from Twilight? What's her name? Kirsten?
No, my brain was thinking of Kirsten Stewart.
Yeah, well, isn't that her name?
No,
yeah.
Kirsten Dunst is the one in
She's very different.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's why my brain went straight to Twilight because I was like, Kristen Stewart. That is not a horror movie.
Okay,
this is like a very strange movie, but
this is a little bit of a throwback. But my parents, had VHSs all over the place, and there was one that we watched for some weird reason. It was called The Little Vampire, and it starred the guy in Stuart Little.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but that movie
Little.
is never talked about. And I'm like,
it's actually
The Little Vampire
one.
is what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's not this movie.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Wait, the little kid from that? Oh, I don't know if you guys know this then. That's the thing. Because I had only seen it, but I was like, I don't know if it's. I'll just give it to you. I'll give you another one real quick. But it's called Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know that one.
You never heard of it? Yeah.
That's why my brain went to Kirsten Stewart because, yeah, I wasn't sure.
Twilight.
I was like, that is not a horror movie. Why is that being a question?
Hey, Twilight's terrifying. What are you talking about? It's so scary. Which vintage horror movie got 10 Academy Award nominations? Think of a very, 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 very good and popular horror movie that's old. Like
I have a few guesses.
Okay, go.
Go ahead, Savannah. If you want.
Well, you said vintage, so it's definitely not Signs, but Signs got a lot of
Signs
hype.
is nice.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead.
I would say
guess.
older, like
Frankenstein.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
You're thinking like old Frankenstein, like the old, very old one. No. but it's like
Dracula.
I was gonna say that. No.
No?
before the 80s. Actually, it's kind of crazy.
Okay,
but
so it's
everyone
not
knows
in
this
that
movie. Like
realm.
it's like one of the horror movies that like created like what we know as horror movies, kind of.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of the foundation of a lot of horror movies.
Dang it, dude.
Are we going back to Psycho?
No,
the Psycho.
we haven't talked about it yet today, right?
No, we haven't actually.
Okay.
Oh.
There's a scene in it that's a lot of people know it, and it has
It's
to
not
do
King Kong, right?
has to do with, I'll say this, a girl's kind of floating above her bed.
Oh, The Exorcist.
Yes.
Oh,
Exorcist.
nice. Nice.
They got 10 in one little.
And there are so many
Jeez.
different like variations of that movie
Yeah,
now
there's
too.
a lot of Exorcists.
One of
There's
my-
been a lot of Exorcists.
Yeah. One of my favorites though is The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Okay, I've heard about that, but I haven't seen it.
So this one's really cool to me because it also has like a spiritual element to it, and by the end of the movie, there's also like some spiritual
Like a
parts
feel
about
good
it.
kind
Like,
of thing,
yeah,
or yeah.
yeah, and like it leaves you on a note where you're like, oh, okay, and you're like thinking about it, you know. So like one of the characters, she kind of turns a 180 when it comes to her faith in the movie. So I actually really like that part. So if you're not like a typical horror movie fan, but you kind of like some of those feel good things, yeah, it's still a horror movie, but it ends in a really nice note. So
Yeah,
check it
I
out.
like those actually.
Yeah.
That leave you feeling, because you're like feeling kind of bad-ish the whole time, and then it feels good. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's a
it
good
feels
one.
terrible,
The
yeah.
Exorcism of Emily Rose. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. It's PG-13 too, so
Oh, cool.
That's good.
yeah. Okay, so most recent spooky movies that have been coming out. We were talking a little bit about this before the podcast, before we started recording. So Smile's one that came out recently,
Yeah.
right?
So I was looking. I really want to see it, and people are saying it's very good. Tons of jump scares, not like horror, but like jump scares. And then I don't know if you guys saw the way they promoted that
Yeah.
at the baseball game. So there's
If
like
you
a girl
if you watch
literally.
sports, you know.
Yeah, the girl was like in the camera view of the baseball guy, and it was just a shirt that said "Smile," and she just smiled the whole entire like every time that she the whole game she was just smiling. So it's kind of freaky. And then they place it at like different games, like in different spots, and so like very creative way to promote a film, but it means that they went all out and they want people to see it, and like they trust that it's a good scary movie. So
Sounds good.
It gave you kind of an eerie feeling just seeing the guy bat, and then there's a girl just smiling right behind the batter. It's very weird, but yeah, that's a very good one I've heard, and I want
Good date night, huh?
Yeah, good date
Yeah.
night. Yep, exactly.
I'm sure your wife would love to go see it.
Yeah. Well, she really wants to go see Barbarian.
Okay.
Is that a scary, like a horror
Yeah,
movie?
yeah. I was watching a trailer for it.
That
There's
one does
something
look
about,
interesting.
There's something about a basement, and that's it. So that's all I know. That's all I know.
We know
Basements.
Hocus Pocus 2 came out not too long
Yep.
ago. That's on Disney Plus. So if you haven't seen it yet, I know it's near the end of October, but if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it before October ends, and then you don't feel as, in the Halloween spirit. You know what I mean? So yeah, check that one out. One that I've seen, I know it's not brand new. It's definitely a few years old, but Us. Did you guys see Us?
Oh, Us was good.
It was good, right?
One of those mind
Yeah.
bendings, like if that's real, that's so crazy. It's like one of those things where like, holy cow.
It was good. I enjoyed it. So if you haven't seen Us, that's also a good one. It's the one you'll see it, you'll recognize it with like scissors.
Yep,
And then they
scissors.
have like paper dolls on the thing. So
Jordan Peele.
yeah, it's
Yep.
good. It's really good. I liked it. And then what is the last movies or the last spooky movies we've seen? What's the last one you watched?
I think it was on Peacock or something like that, but they came out with like this series on Chucky.
Ooh.
And
was
I had never
afraid of
seen the original like movies with Chucky. And so when we started watching this, I was like, oh, it's kind of funny. But also, like, these people listen to a doll that's telling
Yeah.
them to do things. And I'm like,
Exactly.
you're so stupid. But I would give this series like a 7.5 out of 10.
It's a whole series
okay.
of just like they walk through the whole Chucky, everything like that.
So it's completely separate from like the movies. People know about like these Chucky dolls that can go like on murderous rampages, but they're like trusting this doll, and this kid gets a hold of it, and the Chucky doll is like, yeah, you got to kill these people, and he's like,
Typical
You're
horror
right.
movie, right? They're just so easily convinced. Like, I guess so. I guess I'll listen to the doll. For me, I also want to just slide this in there real quick because I just barely thought about it. But you ever see Slappy, like from Goosebumps, the old Slappy
Oh,
movies?
yes, Slappy.
I grew up so scared of that because I never wanted to
So
turn into
good.
a doll. But anyways, and he does that. He like turns the
Dolls
kids
are
into
bad.
a doll, and it's very scary. And they got like, anyways, so bad. Anyways, the most recent one I've seen, just guys saw it again with the group, was Quiet Place 2, which I really like. Quiet Place 1 and 2, which I don't know if they're exactly. I would say they're horror, but
Yeah,
more
they are.
like drama, thriller, horror, like a good mix of all of those.
Yeah.
So,
I would call them horror.
Yeah.
because it's very jumpy and you'll be scared. I
They're
think.
also so cool. Just impressive the way that they're made.
Oh yeah.
The first one especially.
Oh, I like the first one better. Too.
Oh, the first one's it's better, and they had less of a budget,
Yeah.
and they didn't know that it was going to be so popular. So it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing what they did with the amount of budget that they had.
I agree.
So good, so good. The last scary movie, or spooky movie, not scary movie. The last spooky movie I watched, surprise, surprise, was The Nightmare Before Christmas. But as soon as it gets to this time of year, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch my favorite movie because it's now socially acceptable to watch it. So I'm gonna watch it.
You don't break the rules sometimes and watch it.
I
like in
do.
the
I
spring?
totally
Yeah.
do. But when it's socially acceptable for me to watch it, then I watch it even more because everybody else isn't going to get annoyed by the fact that I'm watching it.
True.
They're going to enjoy it and maybe get interested in it. So,
Mm-hmm.
my roommate and I, I was watching it in my room, and my roommate she came in, she joined in, and she was like, I don't think I've ever actually seen this. And I was like,
no way.
hello?
Yeah.
You need to watch this with me. So anyway, that was the last spooky movie I saw. Thanks for talking to me about spooky movies, guys.
It's
It's been
fun.
really fun.
It's been real fun.
And let us know what you've been watching this October and your favorite spooky movies. And if you like Nightmare Before Christmas, let us know because I always am looking for Nightmare buddies. And
Buddies,
if you
yeah.
enjoy Coraline,
Coraline,
and Brian, you had said, what was
did
it?
I say?
The Mickey.
Mickey
yeah.
villains.
Mickey's House
So,
of Villains.
Yeah, so if you've seen those and you love them, let us know. You've been listening to The Spot, a production of BYU-Idaho Radio. Today's hosts were me, Savannah Bewley.
Hayden Hon.
And Bryan Bridge.
The views and opinions of this podcast are not that of BYU-Idaho Radio or the university and are solely the opinions of the hosts. This episode was edited by me, Savannah Bewley.
And Colton Schull.
Producers were the hosts with supervision by Brandon Isle. Our theme music is Finding Happiness by DJ Quads and The Perpetual Ticking of Time by Artificial Music. To listen to more episodes of The Spot, like and follow us on social media or visit our website, byui.edu/radio, and click on podcasts. Be sure to subscribe to BYU Idaho Radio Podcasts on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, or wherever you get podcasts. And also, leave a review of the show and leave a comment on what we should talk about next.